Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
We are under further review, presented in part by Last Word on Sports. This is the last segment of the show.
And then you guys all get to go and be with your families again, your real families.
Yeah, go. Be with your families.
Yeah, actually, why are you still listening?
Seriously.
Just stop.
No, they're listening because we're going to talk about football, which is what everybody came here to listen to.
I guess that's true.
This is true. So, the final segment, the pie, the sweet thing, is football. Thanksgiving is for football. It's true. And we have a slew of games we have to talk about.
Yeah, we've got 3 big games.
Three big games. Let's just jump right in.
Yeah, okay.
So
the first matchup is a traditional matchup. We've seen this every year
the
since Vietnam.
The first two are traditional matchups.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
I still don't know why the Lions and Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving. I'm just assuming that it's like a national broadcasting thing.
You know, that's a very good question. We should do our research.
I agree.
But Bears at Lions at 12:30 on CBS.
Yes.
So, should be interesting. I
guess so.
Like,
I mean, I don't know. Probably, honestly, probably not.
Well, no, interesting in the sense that the Lions actually have a really good team. They've lost their quarterback. They've lost the meat of the team.
They've lost their backup quarterback now too, because they could be starting their third string quarterback named David Slough.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's interesting. I mean, and with just how horrendous the Bears have been.
Yeah, on offense. I mean, their defense is what's keeping them in it. They're 5-6. They're just under 500, but they're 5-6. They're just under 500, but their offense has been so bad.
Right.
Like, so bad compared to last year.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm just so surprised because Trubisky was like a revelation on offense last year for them, and he's not this year.
Yeah, and it's weird. Nobody really knows what happens, and he's actually. I think it's so interesting how sensitive he's been about just kind of the negative feedback that he's gotten. Obviously, it's hard because he was their first draft pick. I mean, he was heralded to be this great thing, and it's definitely a sophomore slump for him. But I think the Giants really have a shot here. Their record is 3-7-1.
They started 3-3-1 and then lost their last 4.
They lost their last 4 games.
Like a month ago, we were like, "Oh man, that NFC North, it's close, man," and now it's really not. The Packers have gone and pulled away, the Vikings have gone and pulled away, and it's left these two teams at the bottom of the division.
Right.
So we're seeing. I'm probably of the 3, I'm the least interested in this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna watch it. My family's Detroit, so
Sure.
So I will be watching, even though I'm not gonna be with them, miss them. But they, I'm still excited about this Lions team. It's really unfortunate what's happened with their quarterback situation, and this drop off. They've actually had I would say a pretty difficult schedule this year, and I don't know. I think it has the potential to be one of the closer matchups of the day for sure.
Probably, maybe not for the reason that we want, but
right. Right.
Second matchup of the day is on Fox at 4:30. It's the 8-3. I repeat, the 8-3 Buffalo Bills.
Woo!
Against the Dallas Cowboys.
New York's only real team.
New York's only real team.
Because A, they're the only real team, and B, they are actually the only New York team.
This is true. This is the game. This is the one game that I think I'm the most excited for this one. Interesting. Mostly because I'll be able to probably watch it in full because I eat it like 2:30 in the afternoon for dinner. Sure. And also these are the 2 best teams that are playing on Thanksgiving. Right. At least on paper. The Cowboys are, a good team. They've got 9-2 type talent. Right. The problem is they've got 2-9 coaching. Right. As was the case on Sunday against the Patriots, where they just looked like they didn't know how to play football at all. Right. I think they're going to have an easier time this time, the Cowboys, against the Bills, moving the ball. They're playing at home. The Bills' defense is good. Good. It's not great, but it's good. It's good. I don't know. It's just going to be a real fun matchup between Josh Allen and Dak Prescott. You know what? I agree. I think I think the Cowboys are really going to have issues with the Bills' defense. I really do think that. You think so? And I don't think the Bills are going to have the same issues with the Cowboys. Okay, the Cowboys are still the number 1 scoring offense in football. I'm saying defensively though. I think that the Bills are not going to have an issue scoring points. I think this one's going to be close. I think it's going to be an offensively minded game, and this will be a statement win for the Bills if they're able to go into Dallas on Thanksgiving and come away with a win. I agree, and honestly,
Well, we entered the season bandwagon Browns fans, but I'm a bandwagon Bills fan right now. Who would have thought Josh Allen?
Not me.
Like,
look at us.
Look
at us now. Where are we?
Josh Allen and Frank Gore.
Devin Singletary, John Brown, Cole Beasley. This is like an island of misfit toys.
It is the most underrated offense in football. I'm serious.
Wow, really?
100%. 100%. Because all of these players, you look at them, they're good. They're fine. It's when they come together, it's like magic. And just to see things like Frank Gore obviously has been in his career for a really long time. He's just now like hitting these records that are going to put him into the Hall of Fame. And with this sweet little Josh Allen who didn't even play most of last season.
Right.
I mean,
he's finally becoming the quarterback that everybody had hoped that he'd be. And I'm happy that he's getting the respect that he deserves as a good quarterback. Because I mean, you know, what he's been able to do with the Bills. The Bills are 8-3. I was not expecting this.
And you say the quarterback everyone had hoped. Of course, everyone had hoped for it, but I don't think anyone expected it.
Sure.
Like.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
It's just out of control. I'm so. You're right. This is I think the game of the day.
I agree.
I'm really excited about this. 4:30 Fox on Thursday. Today.
We've also got one more game as well.
Prime time.
Prime time. Saints and Falcons.
Yep.
Last time these two played, it was like, what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And it was in New Orleans, and the Falcons just straight up embarrassed the Saints.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. Like, everybody was like, oh yeah, the Saints are going to win by like 20 points, like 25 points, and the Falcons ended up going to New Orleans and embarrassing them. Do you think we're going to see the same thing happen this time around?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. All right.
I think also there's the factor of Drew Brees had just come back.
Okay.
Just getting his footing again after sidelined for 5 games for a thumb injury. And actually, by the way, has really not been as great as we'd hoped.
I mean, they did almost lose to Carolina.
Yeah.
Thank God for Joey Sly missing a field goal.
Right.
And, you know, Breeze getting to prove that he, like, can still throw the ball.
Right.
Under 2 minutes to go. Look,
and I think he can. I think, I think the Saints are still a really good team. I think they've got a more solid head on their shoulders. Look, Sean Payton's offense has always been fearsome, and I don't think they're going to let that happen again. I think the second they walked out of that game and back into the practice room on Monday, they sat down and you know, forget all the other games, forget the last 2 or 3 weeks of games. They were like, how are we going to beat these guys on Thanksgiving?
Sure. I think the atmosphere is essentially the same. It's
right.
Inside. The Falcons are without their, you know, 2 of their best weapons. They don't have Devontae Freeman, and Brian Hill hasn't shown that he can replace him at all. And they're without Austin Hooper, who's the best tight end in football this year.
Right.
He's the best tight end in fantasy football this year.
Whoa. Okay.
He is.
Okay.
Yep. He's on my fantasy team. I would know. I just made the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay. Brag. Okay.
Yeah. Weird flex, but okay. I mean, you can't just chuck the ball up and hope that Julio Jones gets it.
Right.
Every single play.
Yeah.
I think the Falcons are going to have their work cut out for them if they're going to pull this out at home.
Not to mention the Saints. I mean, Michael Thomas, come on. And Kamara's back. Kamara's healthy, doing stuff.
If Michael Thomas were a quarterback, he would be an MVP conversation as well.
I think he still is.
He is, but he's a wide receiver, so he's not going to be put up in that, you know, upper echelon of MVP.
All right, what about Offensive Player of the Year?
He's had a great season so far.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I think he's had
the most underrated best season of all those players so far.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should, you know what, it should be an interesting game just because of the fallout that happened a few weeks ago. Again, not the most interesting game of the day, but a good way to cap off your again with the threes. It's a day of threes.
It is.
Your 3 courses of football.
That's right.
On Thursday. It's
while you're sitting on the couch, maybe being half asleep from eating all that tryptophan, and B, just being exhausted by the boring game that was not boring. Being exhausted from the exciting game that was the Bills and Cowboys.
Yep.
While you're like falling asleep, you know, you have this game to, you know, slowly lull you off to bed.
Exactly. It's perfect. Andrew, we are getting dangerously close to the end of the regular season.
We're so close. We've got 5 weeks left.
I'm kind of freaking out.
We have so many good teams now.
And I'm getting depressed already. Like, my seasonal depression hits usually very late into the season when it's like seasonal depression weather-wise. once football is coming to a close. Though we do, of course, have playoffs and whatnot. But I want to know who the best team in football is right now.
For me, the best team in the NFL is the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Bar none.
Okay.
They've got a really good defense, and they've got an offense that can beat you in so many different ways. As we saw on Sunday, where the 49ers just straight up dismantled the Green Bay Packers. What I thought it would be a much closer game than it was.
Oh, yes.
And it was not.
No.
37-8, was that it? I don't know. Something absurd like that.
I remember I was sitting right on this couch, and I just kept saying, can we turn this off?
Yeah.
Like, no.
They've got 3 running backs that can just, beat you 6 ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, Coleman's amazing. Brady's a great backup. Even Raheem Mostert had a touchdown on Sunday.
Mostert was great.
Yeah.
Mostert, I think that was his first career touchdown, too.
And, going up and getting a receiver like Emmanuel Sanders was a huge help.
Yep.
And they've even got, younger receivers like... Help me.
I mean, Mostert's their running back.
I know. I mean, other receivers other than Sanders.
Right.
Pretty much like these no-name guys, I have them. Hold on. What the hell's his name?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Does it begin with a D or a P? I can't remember.
D. My money's on D.
I'm gonna say P.
Team. Hello.
Where is it? He's on my boys' team.
Deebo
Samuel.
Thank you. Deebo
Samuel's been great.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they've got, other than Emmanuel Sanders, they've got, these young guys who are great, like Deebo Samuel's great. And then, like, the tight ends, too.
Oh, my God.
George Kittle.
Well, obviously, yes. But, just all over the place. It's just...
They're loaded with talent in places that you would not expect them to be loaded in talent. Remember when people...
And they've got a good defense.
I mean, the defense is like no other. Like I said, when they played Seattle, and, they were down by a lot, the defense forced the issue and got them back in the game. That's when I was like, okay, San Francisco is great. I think the Patriots have an identical record to San Francisco. I think if the Patriots run into the 49ers in the Super Bowl, I think they're in trouble. I do.
Wow. See, that's just music to my ears.
I just like being realistic about my team, okay? I'm not going to be down on them.
No, I understand.
How about you? Who is the best team in the NFL in your eyes?
So I'll be boring and just agree with you.
Okay.
Now, but I want to say on top of this, there's a lot of talk about whether or not San Francisco is in the same conversation as, say, the Patriots or the Ravens. Now, here's why they're not.
I think it's because they're being overshadowed by other storylines.
Right.
No one's talking about the 49ers because they're busy talking about Lamar Jackson winning MVP. Or they're busy talking about, the Patriots trying to repeat as Super Bowl champions.
Right. And here's the thing. Lamar Jackson, I was listening to some podcast earlier, and they were comparing him to Dog Beater.
Ew.
But...
Oh, Michael Vick is who she means.
Right, but I call him Dog Beater because whatever.
Okay, but for people who don't know.
Michael Vick. And, but it's not a wrong comparison because he is such a hybrid player. I think what's interesting about comparing the 49ers to the Patriots is that neither of their offenses right now are super reliant on their quarterback.
That's absolutely true.
Like,
100%.
Their quarterbacks are both top 20. But I'm maybe not even top 10.
But that's what makes the 49ers so good. Is
Yeah.
they've got these 3 running backs that can do some damage. Garoppolo doesn't even have to have the ball in his hands. And when he does, he's shown that he can come through.
Right.
Like that Seattle game from a couple weeks ago.
Right.
He's shown that he can do it. I mean, and Brady's Brady. We know that Brady can, pull whatever out of his ass in the fourth quarter.
Well, and I think it's interesting too. Like, I wouldn't go so far as to say, like, take Garoppolo out, take Brady out, put someone else in, and it'll still work, because I don't know if that's true. I think it really is a true chemistry thing. You can't just substitute elements.
I think that case is more apt for New England than it is for San Francisco. From what I've seen, New England's strategy is all about flipping field position. Mm-hmm. They do very well on special teams, and they give their defense a chance by giving, the offense might not go down the field and score a touchdown, but if they don't, they'll get to the 50-yard line and punt it deep and pin the opponent deep and win the field position back.
Right.
So I think that idea works better for New England than it does for San Francisco.
I can get behind that 100%. I think the Niners are to be feared. Seahawks racked up another W though this week, and that's pretty exciting.
Let me just read the schedule that San Francisco has left really quickly.
Sure, yeah.
So this is not easy. The schedule that they have is not easy. I mean, their hardest stretch of games is this past week and the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because they were at home against Green Bay. The next 2 games are away games. And
okay.
They're at Baltimore and then at New Orleans. Both of those opponents are many games over 500. Then they've got 2 games at home, one against Atlanta, one against the Rams, and then they go at Seattle for Week 17. So, I mean, if they come out of that schedule and they go, 4-1, even 3-2, they will have proved to me that they are legit.
That's fair.
I said that these 3 games would make or break the 49ers, and the fact that they ran through the Packers last Sunday, that's a good start for them.
Absolutely. And, good for morale, too. No, I'm happy for them. I really, again, another team that we never really kind of thought would be a part of the conversation this year, and here we are.
There's a picture that keeps floating around of a pundit before the season saying the 49ers would go 3-13, and they flipped the script on that.
Yeah, really?
Totally. Yeah.
Wow. No, it's exciting. I'm glad we can agree on that. But hey, guys, again, we want to make sure you get back to your families, so we don't want to take up too much of your time.
Yeah, go run, kids, have a good time.
But of course, we need to talk about what we're thankful for.
This is true.
Because that's what everybody does.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. A couple of things. First of all, on the day that we are recording this podcast, it is my father's 65th birthday today.
Woohoo!
Happy birthday, Dad. I'm very thankful for him and for my mother, who religiously tune into our show and give notes and tell us when we're really bad. But also just in my work, I can always count on them to either champion me or tell me what I need to fix. And I'm obviously in a very learning place right now. I'm in school, and that's really appreciated, just to have so much family support. I'm also thankful for
I don't know.
Who did I run into on the street today?
Oh, yeah, he's a tennis player. He shares a birthday with me. Roger
Federer.
That's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I ran into Roger Federer on the street today. Thankful for him.
Okay.
Just running across 6th Avenue a million times while they filmed him. I'm also thankful for the people on the street watching this being like, what are they filming? Like, who are they looking at? I'm like, you guys, that's Roger fucking Federer. Like, get a grip. I'm thankful for my family, my boyfriend, and I'm thankful for you.
Oh, that's nice. I'm thankful for you too.
Because you give me my dreams every day.
Oh, that's nice. I give you your dreams. That's high praise.
You give me my dreams, and also I joke with Michael. My boyfriend says that Andrew is my second husband, which is true. Because they both spend a whole lot of time working to make me happy, and they do a very good job. So I'm thankful for you.
Speaking of working to make people happy, I am thankful for my circle of people who make me better every single day. The people who support me in the things that I do, even when I'm not feeling my best self. Just people who have my back. The 2019 has been a year of finding your people and finding good. Positive emotional and mental spaces, and I'm thankful for every single person in my life. You know who you are. I don't need to thank you individually. That has just made a positive impact on my life this year and just helped me through a bunch of stuff. So Thanksgiving and the holiday season is always time for contemplation and self-reflection, and I would not be where I am. I would not be in the same headspace that I'm in were it not for these people in my life. So just thank you to everybody who makes my life so much better. I love you so much, and I'm very thankful for you. So,
and we're thankful for you guys too. Thank you for helping us grow and watching us as we kind of figure out what we are. It's really, honestly, again, talking about retrospect and contemplation. It's not been an easy year for us.
Not at all.
We've been through kind of a lot with figuring out what we are, with just working with each other. I mean, at times it's not been the walk in the park that everything kind of starts out when you're starting to make something is. But I love this, and I love everyone who listens to us and supports us. I think I speak for both of us. We're very grateful. We're very humbled.
Truly.
So, on to the rest of the holiday season. We'll be back next week. You guys know what to do. Give us a shout on our social media. We are at UFR Vodcast. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, of course. Shout us out. Let us know what your favorite stuff is. And of course, if you want to shoot us an email and ask us a question or comment on something that we've said, you can email us at andrewandankata@gmail.com. And the podcast comes out every Thursdays.
Yes, it does.
Wherever you can find them.
Except for Spotify.
Yep. We'll get there.
We will.
One day.
Thankful for you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Be safe out there. I'm Andrew.
I'm Kata.
This is Under Further Review. We out.
Cheers.